as we look at our expert moves presented by Principal. A lot of them today for Arpachaya Yubon. Karen, that was for birdie at 3 and kept it going at 4.
Well, this is a good length putt for these greens because they're sneaky. There are some subtle little breaks, but
just in the rough, back up to the green. And Jin Young Ko for birdie. Short hole this one, Shibuno second.
Yeah, just 55 yards, trying to hit it just short and try to get it to spin.
no, this is going to be a little downhill from here.
Our leader, Arpachaya Yubon. Birdie in for a 59.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, this is tremendous.
Or you could go ahead and make it from the fairway.
And from right to left.
15.
Hey, Lim Kim. She's going to stay a couple under 4.
You've been here. You've done that, right?
Yes.
Got a couple of players, Karen, playing in their 18th ShopRite LPGA Classic. In fact, they're playing together. Angela Stanford and Kari Webb. They'll tee off in just a bit.
No, it really isn't. These greens are old and they have some very subtle little breaks to them. But that was no problem at all. Very positive looking stroke.
Chance maybe for some good vibes for Brooke this week, a place where she's won, as you noted. Drove the green, 2-putted for birdie. All right, the woman of the hour here.
Yubon's tee shot at 7. This can be a tricky par 3.
Yeah, they've got to tee up a little bit today, Tom. Not playing as long as I've seen it at just 169.
Like 28 to that whole location out of the rough. This looks like a pretty good shot.
Okay.
Cross that green. Now, Nasa. Yeah, not easy. She had had a run of miscuts. She was just not really on anyone's radar as we watch this one down the hill. It's got a chance. It has got a chance, you know. 10 under par, 2 to play.
Oh, that was tracking.
That's Bay Course, right?
Yeah,
That's
and
what
then
you said.
just at the last minute, there was like access denied. The big hand went up and said, "Nope, you're not. We're not letting you in."
So could do with a good week. Nasa now. This would be a great up and down after that tee shot. Just move. I mean, it just moves in.
7. So a chance for Yubon over at 7.
This is Henderson. Should be a similar line to Yubon once it gets going there, coming over that slope. And almost the same result.
And you don't want to go long. It's a quick, steep slope off the back.
Back of the 8th, Hataoka.
You know, hit some shots in here, especially with short irons. That's where it gets affected, where it affects that spin.
Yeah. Up and down for the former world #1.
That was
Looked good, didn't it?
I thought she's done it.
So an eagle for a 59 for Yubon. And I think that's what makes this day even more incredible. At the 72nd hole last week for Yuka.
Yeah, it was so good as we watch Hannah here. Oh, that was pretty good too. Shibuno.
Yeah, this is easier. The 3 chips has to loft it just onto the green, let it release. It's definitely all 3 of those are the kinds you think you got to try to make.
She brings to this course. She knows all the little secrets to playing it well.
Jin Young Ko to the right of 8. It's short hole, but an example of what you said. You can get into trouble. Hinako Shibuno.
Yeah, 93. Right out of that right rough. Decent line, but plenty of green to work with.
And it's just not the place you want to leave it.
But that's why you said so many are coming up short hole. 3rd at the 9th, last hole of the day for Na Rin An, and that is going to be a 64 to start the week. Needing another eagle here to shoot 59. Yuka Saso for par. Right back at it. It's a really good one. Let's get over to the short 17th and Benedetta Moresco. Low end at last year's U.S. Women's Open, and she could use that one. Arpachai Yubon will have that putt for a 60.
It was a good birdie there.
She pitched it over the downhill slope.
For 60. She lipped out at 5. It wiggled offline at 8 for birdie, and that one catches the edge. She ties the all-time ShopRite LPGA Classic low score. Oh, that was a different kind of Hataoka hop. About halfway to the hole, it went up in the air.
But she left it in the right spot.
Jin Young Ko.
RTV Tower is the line.
That was worth the wait.
Was going to take the slope of the green, try and get a little bit closer. Well, and I think with Brooke, we expect to see her with a win. And it wouldn't surprise me to see her coming down the final stretch here on Sunday with a great chance.
With shots like that,
Yep.
she made eagle to win here. One of the great stories from last week, the emergence of Wichani Michai, like Arpachai Yubon, Thailand, at Jan, and she's known by friends. Been out here 8 years on the LPGA Tour and really held her own, I thought, Karen, on that Sunday when it could have, I think, gotten away from her. And playing with Wichani Michai, getting her first round started. We've seen that a few times over the last 2.5 years. To 15, this is Su Chia Cheng. Got into the U.S. Women's Open late last week. Oh, and this is going to be good.
So playing 185 yards.
I don't know if she could have done that. I'm like Karen. I mean, it's like hitting into a beanbag when you hit a full swing. It just grabs it and shuts it down.
Fourth shot.
But just the fact that she made contact was remarkable. Taking the pressure off yourself by doing so.
Rachel Keane putting together a terrific opening round, playing as a sponsor's invite, and that at the 8th. Worth noting, she was not playing well going into last week's U.S. Women's Open. She said she surprised herself with how well she played. Perhaps it's a bit of a reset for Shibuno as well.
Yeah, pretty slow putt on a move to her right. She really needs to get this. She gets into red after that start. Be solid comeback.
Cannot see the bottom of the flag from here.
And back at the 9th. Close it out for par. Sasso. Escaping with a 5. This is Megan Kang at the 10th, her first hole of the day. Expert moves presented by Principal. Ash Buhai to start her title defense with a birdie.
Winner of the AIG Women's British Open when it was played at Muirfield. You could see why it would fit Ashley's eye.
And here's Rachel Keane, the amateur. And she'll tap in for par, go to the par 5 9th to finish up. Afternoon wave getting started, morning wave finishing up to the 9th.
This is Sandra Gahl. It's nice to see Sandra back on the LPGA Tour. We don't see too much of her these days. Is she going to finish with something special? Nicely done. Recovering from surgery. This is a moment ago at the 11th, the defending champion, Ashley Buhai. Par 3 down the hill.
Second hardest hole on the golf course so far today.
Par 3s are tough.
They are, they're long.
Oh, would you believe it?
Oh. Got to be so precise with the approach.
Back at the 10th, getting her tournament started, Angel Yin. This is the second for Ayaka Budaway at the 12th, and Jim Gallagher is now with this group.
I sure have. 104 yards to one of the smallest greens on the golf course.
It is, and there's a slope to the right, not far from where that whole location is, that will take the ball off the green if you're not careful. A little bit of competitiveness to her game.
Jim's watching Anna Nordquist at 12. At the 12th, Wichani Michai for birdie. Picking up where she left off last week, tied for 6th last week, the veteran. To the 9th.
This is one of the 3 amateur sponsor invites. Rachel Keane, final hole of the day. And that's going to run to the back of the green, I would say.
An aggressive play, and no worries with the fescue that's dotted around this green.
One putt for a 3rd eagle of the day for Keane. Meanwhile, at 12, Budaway. We're glad to have you with us for this hour on Peacock. This is the World Golf Hall of Fame member, LPGA Hall of Fame member, Kari Webb. Like she never left. Here is Angela Stanford. Her record streak of consecutive majors played ended last week at the U.S. Women's Open at 98. Okay. The winner here in 2003.
Several days. To finish off the round, Rachel Keane. Okay, nicely done. Finished her time at Wake Forest. She said 5 years, 2 degrees, 21 team titles. Ashley Buhai.
Yeah, this is her third, and she'll escape for the par.
Where we see that feature here at Seaview.
Here is a two-time ShopRite champion.
They've all said that they've really had to change their mindset in that you've gone from being quite defensive with your game plan, playing to the fat parts of the green, not really taking on too much. To this golf course, you have to take on a lot.
Gabby Lopez, second here at the 11th. First bounce. I think it took all the pace off it, yeah.
Yeah, great shot.
Wow, that was so textbook.
From over the green at 14, boot away.
Yep, she's going with putter because of the wedge, but hits that grass, so I think it's a good play.
Okay, great play. And after an absolute beauty, Kari Webb, another birdie.
It's been a tough season for Angel Yin, coming back from the injury beginning of the year. Had the foot injury.
And a really lofted fairway wood.
Over at the 14th, Megan Kang with her second.
Oh, what a shot.
That's on a really good line if it's the right club.
Certainly is. Really good shot.
13 again.
And Gabby Lopez second. Yeah, it was a good shot there from Gabby, and a good chance to fight her way back with those 2 bogeys on the card early on.
It's such a relief not having to qualify. Those qualifyings are just exhausting and tough, and typically they're coming in sandwiched in between LPGA events.
Did she?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
that was what we saw last week. Back to level par. Oh, didn't convert. She's very good with the putter. From that range, you've seen her on the tour.
15.
Here's the defending champ, Ashley Buhai. Said she didn't really get too long to enjoy the victory last year. Had to go through her obligations as the winner. Then with Inji Chan, 3 major championships to her credit, the most of active players.
At the 16th, the Swede Linnea Strum.
And there is a little slope behind that green players are using for that backspin.
To 9.
It's Matilda Castron. A 3rd shot to the par 5. Oh, no.
Hole location just barely on that front portion, even just a little bit short is fine. Came out of there fairly decent.
Karen, the rough isn't particularly punitive, right? I mean, you can hit good shots out of it. It's just look how close you are to disaster.
Kari was really upset at not making the team in 2016. And so to have her now as a captain, I think is as going to be as rewarding as anything for Webby right now.
Might be back over to the 14th, and the approach of Gabby Lopez going the opposite direction. Judged the hop well, didn't she?
Oh, she's quite long off the tee, Gabby, so